Sorry if the video looks a little bit darker than usual this week. I've been messing about with the white balance settings on the camera because I've noticed that a lot of the white surfaces that I show in my videos are not showing up very well. So hopefully they will do in this video, and hopefully not at the expense of the non-white surfaces. Anyway, first of all, thanks to everyone who got in touch regarding the free records that I gave away. If you haven't heard from me by now, bad luck, because I've already contacted all the winners and all the records are on the way to various parts of the world. So thanks to everyone who expressed an interest, and hopefully there'll be some happy people out there. I understand that some of the packages have already arrived, and you've actually helped me clear up some space in this very small room that I have to house most of my collection. Don't despair if you didn't win. I'm going to be doing a CD giveaway at some point, so keep a lookout for that. Anyway, this week is a little bit different. What I want to do in this video is I want to introduce you to a couple of books that were published in Japan a few years ago. And before you switch off, these books were published by a friend of mine, and we've been discussing publishing them, republishing them in English. So what I want to do is show you these books first of all, and find out if you would be interested in obtaining these books if they were published in English. We haven't made a decision either way. It could come down to you, basically, and the reaction that we get to this video, and I'll probably put a questionnaire on my community page as well. So I'm going to show you the books. If you would be interested, please let me know, and even if you wouldn't be interested, please let me know as well. So my friend, he published this book here back in 2015 called FTD World. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what FTD is. It's Follow That Dream, a collector's label that's been producing Elvis CDs and records since 1999. Many of the titles are now deleted, and they command big prices on the second-hand market. So what this book is, it basically collects all the FTD releases from 1999 to 2015, and I'll show you in detail in a moment. And then in 2021 he published this supplementary book from 2016 to 2021. They're both A4 size. They are soft cover books, and we are considering doing the same thing. Basically all the FTD releases up to 2024 from 1999 in 2 volumes of about 150 pages each, A4 size and soft cover. And we are thinking about maintaining a layout very similar to this book here, and I will show you what that is now. So the releases are not ordered from FTD number 1 to the latest one. They start with the FTD standard series, in other words the 7-inch and 5-inch packages, and the first batch are the studio recordings, and the first one you can see here is Out in Hollywood, and each release are ordered in chronological order depending on the music that's contained within it. So Out in Hollywood contains music from 1957 to 1968, so that one comes first, and then that is followed by Silver Screen Stereo and Easter Special, and so on. You get at the top there a picture of the front cover and the back cover, and then in the middle you've got the track listing, which at the moment is all in Japanese, but that will be changed to English. Then at the bottom you've got some information about the album in Japanese, and that will be either translated straight into English, or we could add some more information or completely rewrite it depending on the album. You can also see that there are, well, in this case in Easter Special, there's a photograph relevant to that particular release. So that one continues up until hits of the 70s. That was the latest standard release at that time. When did that one come out? 2012. Then we have FTD standard releases, live, rehearsals, and home recordings. So the first one is In a Private Moment. This one goes all the way back to the 1950s, and then you've got the Burbank 68 album, and then it goes through a few live albums more TV special there on the left, then Return to Vegas, Elvis at the International, and so on. As you can see, each release has its own page, and then there were quite a lot of those live ones back then. So the last one at this point was Amarillo 77. Then we move into the third section, which is the classic albums, which were basically 2 CD sets, the original albums with bonus tracks, again going in chronological order, starting with Elvis Presley through Elvis, and then the last one is actually This Is Elvis. That's Moody Blue, which you would expect to see there, and then we've got This Is Elvis there. You might expect to see that in the soundtracks actually, but anyway, there it is. The next section is in fact FTD soundtracks. These are still the CDs, by the way, not the vinyl ones. Still going in chronological order. Loving You, Love Me Tender, Loving You, and then the last one in this particular book, going through the 60s here, it will be something like, I think it's Stay Away Joe, Easy Come Easy Go, and the last one at this point was Stay Away Joe, Clambake, Stay Away Joe. And then we get into the next section, which is books. Now this book contains all of the books, even the ones which came without CDs. Going again in chronological order, A Boy from Tupelo starts things off. Some of the book pages contain, some of the pages devoted to the books have more than one page, with a few photos from the actual book itself. And we go through to the last book at that point, which was Writing for the King. Okay, now then we move into the last section of this book here, which is the vinyl records. At the moment we've just got half a page per release, but we'll expand that to 1 page per release. The second volume is not quite as thick because it just covers 5 years. It follows the same standard, the same layout. So it starts with the live standard releases. Then it goes into classic albums, golden records, LP fans only, etc. Then you've got more soundtracks, Kissing Cousins. As you can see, these books are all in color. He says, pointing to a black and white page. 2 more books, The Wild One 56, Through the Lens of Philip Harrington. I've never seen those 2. Then we get more records. And then there's a new section in here because after 2015, they came out with a new type of release, which was the complete sessions. You also have a chronological index of all the releases up to that point, and they're even color coded. Look at that. So you've got blue standard studios, pink standard live, etc., etc. As you can see, they started in a small way with just 2 titles in 1999, and that quickly increased to I think the busiest year for FTD fans would have been 2012, just here on the left. And there were, I think, 19 titles released that year. Did you buy them all at the time, or are you still playing catch-up? We'll also add an English index as well by title, which of course is essential for an English book. There was, you may recall, or you may know, that there was, I think it was a 3-book set released maybe about 6-7 years ago on the FTD Books, FTD releases. A very, very big, heavy, expensive affair with reviews and all kinds of stuff in there. We're not planning on doing anything like that. It's just a basic, bare bones guide to the FTD releases. Something that we could always add to in the future, something like this, a subsequent volume with releases after 2024. But anyway, that is the idea. It's not, as I say, it's not been decided. It's all down to feedback that we get basically is an interest in this kind of thing. Is there a market for it? So do let us know if you would be interested. By the way, because it's paperback, it wouldn't be too heavy, and the cost would be cheaper than this book here, the Elvis Through the Eyes of Japan, Aloha from Hawaii. So yeah, comments please. Very much looking for comments this week, as always, but especially this week. Any questions, please let me know as well. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know about the colors as well. Do the whites show up better, and is it too dark? Let me know. All feedback much appreciated. But thanks for watching again. Take care. Cheers.